Hey guys, what's going on? TK's still frozen. Or is he
Nah, I'm just
pretending to
kidding.
be frozen? That was a good one, TK.
Thank you.
We doing better today now that it's Friday?
Yay!
I'll be better when the day's over.
I have an office day planned, so I'm pretty excited about it. Spend the whole day in the office.
Oh yeah, today? That's why you
Yep.
got the Alliance shirt on.
Yes, sir.
You know, it kind of makes me think when we talk about being happy it's Friday. When I was doing the Dave Ramsey plan, he would talk about people that said, "Thank God it's Friday" or "Oh God it's Monday," right?
Yeah.
The other day I was talking to my 15-year-old and he says his favorite day was Friday, and I wish it was Friday. And I was like, no, I don't wish it's Friday yet. I still got 2 more days to make money. And when you look at your day like that you get to work, the weekdays ain't so bad. The weekends always better, I think. But if you're dreading Monday, you go back to work, do what you love. You don't dread Monday.
Yeah. Well, that's the key. Is finding something you love to do. There's nothing worse than going to work every Monday in a career or a job or a occupation that, like when I used to do tile work, every single day I went out there, I was miserable. I
Yeah.
mean, just miserable. And I'm not saying you guys know. Yup, we talk enough to y'all know that I have my days.
Yeah.
Where I'm hating appliance repair. But I'd say 80% of the time, if you can have a good 80% of the time where you're like, man, you know what, I really enjoy this. Um, and that's something that I was taught growing up, man. It was just always. Oh, that sounds so much better.
Yeah, I had to mute his mic. I couldn't do it
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. Thank you, Zach. I always uh was taught growing up by my dad. Find something you love to do and make a business out of it, whatever it is. My dad was a economics and small business professor, and he taught me growing up: find something you love to do and make a business out of it, no matter what it is. If you love fixing appliances, then great. But if you love cooking, then start a food truck business or start a restaurant. If you love um, put fill in the blank, whatever you love, make a business out of it. So I'm thankful, man. I overslept, but y'all want to pray it up? Somebody want y'all want me to pray?
Sure. Go ahead.
Father, thank you for this day. Thank you that every day you give us is a blessing, Lord. Thank you that no matter what trials, tribulations, um, and obstacles come our way, that we can lean on you, that we can seek peace and joy through you and through your people. Help us to be a light to our community today. Help us to love others. We pray for every business out there, appliance business or otherwise. We ask that you would guide us, be with our families, be with our friends, be with those struggling, be with our enemies, Lord, be with those that we can't stand, and give us the heart to love them no matter what. Um, Help us to be as drama free today as possible. Thank you for discernment and wisdom. And we just pray that everybody have a great day and a great weekend. In the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Man, I had to mute you again, EJ. I don't know what's going on. It's not going in your headset. It's just ringing back through your phone.
Is it doing it right now? Because I wore the other earpiece.
Yeah, it's we can hear it.
What's it
It's
doing?
echoey.
It's literally just looping.
What do I need to do, man?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just playing out of your phone or if that microphone picks it up in your earpiece, but
I went back to the old microphone that I used all the time.
yeah, I don't know. Just looping it around.
All right.
Loopy. So,
I wonder if the other
Freestyle
one will work in
Friday.
there. Yeah.
Fire them off, boys. While we're getting kicked off there, I'll share with y'all my dream I had last night because I know y'all will get a kick out of this. Do you guys, and maybe I'm just a nerd, but do you guys ever have appliance related dreams?
No.
Because I had the most vivid dream. So maybe we could do a, who was it that had his dreams interpreted in the Bible? It's in the Old Testament.
Was it
The king.
Daniel?
No, the king.
Solomon?
David interpreted Solomon's dreams.
Yeah.
Well, and then you
So-
had Joseph and the amazing
Joseph.
Technicolor in
That's
Pharaoh's
the
dreams.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joseph when he went off and his brother left his brothers forsook him and he rose to power. But maybe y'all can help me interpret this dream. So I was going to this it was a customer's house, but there was a line of people and everybody had different dishwashers to show this customer. And for some reason, I had a Fisher Paykel dishwasher. Don't work on Fisher Paykel. Don't deal with Fisher Paykel. I've only worked on maybe 2 in my life. And I go in there and I show this customer this Fisher Paykel dishwasher. There's like a line of people. And it was so weird. And like everybody's coming in and showing the dishwasher. And I take mine in there and it starts flooding the entire room, like just water going everywhere. And everybody's freaking out. And it was just chaos. And we're grabbing towels. And then I woke up. That was it.
That's funny.
But it was like a competition or something. It was so weird. It was one of those dreams where it seemed real. And when I woke up, I had like this hardcore anxiety. Like, hold on. Look, that was just a dream. Because I'm sitting there thinking, man, I just flooded somebody's kitchen with a Fisher Paykel dishwasher. Thank God it was a dream. But I've been saying for months, I'm going to stop working on dishwashers. Maybe that was confirmation. Stop working on dishwashers.
Yeah, it's funny.
Is my loop better?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so it's got to be that headset.
What
Just loops
concept
back into itself.
are you in love with right now, but subconsciously you know it's a flop? I don't know. What concept are you in love with right now, but subconsciously you know it's a flop? Probably selling parts on eBay. Yeah,
We've told you that's a flop for a year.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the one thing that I'm doing right now that I wouldn't say it's a flop. It's just not as profitable. It's not.
It's a pain in the butt to do. It's a pain in the butt.
It's more work than it's worth, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not even that much work at this point because we've got everything listed. All we have to do is ship stuff, but we just don't have the time to do it. So it's not worth doing.
Kyle wants all your dishwasher calls.
Okay. Come to Richmond. You can have them all.
You can even work for TK if you move to Richmond.
Move to Richmond. I'm hiring.
I was thinking the laundromat business. I think it might be too much work for me with what I got going on. But I had thought of this idea. I'm sure other people do it, but getting coin-operated washers and dryers and treating them like vending machines, and like find places that'll let you set up in their facility, and all you do is repair them and buy them, repair them, and collect all the money. That's no cost for them. You just get to set up, maintain it, and in the appliance repair business, it would be cheaper than them paying somebody to
repair it. But it might be more work to set up than what it's worth.
We have a company locally called Automatic Leasing. They do that, except for they charge the companies money and collect on them. So they charge money to have the machines in their building. They maintain them. They do all that stuff, and they collect the money as well. And I mean, they've been around for years, so it's obviously a successful business. I don't really know anything about them, but the name of the company. But yeah, that's definitely a business idea.
Yeah, you just got to implement it. Just like anything else, you got to implement it the right way.
Pre-order parts for FTC. Is there a spending limit or always take the risk? Absolutely, there's a spending limit for that. My rule of thumb with that is, can I return it?
Yeah.
If I can return it, I don't care how much it costs. But if I can't return it, then I don't want to take the risk. If it's a special order, and I have to, because I don't know how all supply houses
special order won't do it.
Special order, I'm not doing it. I got to come out there. I got to make 100% sure that I need that part and put it in.
And special order, I've taken to, you give me the money. I'm not walking out of this house without the money for that part. It's not happening. I am not ordering this unless I have that money. I'm not getting stuck with that part. We got stuck far too many times with special order parts when we had to go back. So I now collect that entire service ticket up front. Don't care. No questions. It's special order, money.
Yeah. Especially when you get into that high end stuff, because I mean you're talking about sometimes $1,000, $800-900 when you're doing the Sub-Zero Wolf and all that stuff. I mean, can I float it? Yes, but if that person sticks you, or that person changes their mind, or it takes too long to come in, and they say, "Oh, you know what? Never mind. You've already ordered the part." And sometimes you can't cancel it. So that's great advice.
Pre-order if I can go to Sunberg and then drop it back off. I don't care. I'll order everything. Everything that I suspect. I try and narrow down that window as tight as I can. But if there's like 3 or 4 parts, and it could be any one of the 3 or 4, and I can literally walk into that building, pick it up, and then whichever one it's not, take it back. I'm okay with that. I don't care as far as spending goes there. But yeah, no, I try and be as precise as I can.
Great question though, Andrew.
Let me add to the question, which I think you guys are alluding to. Do you draw the line with parts that you can literally pick up and drop off, or will you order them and if you have to ship them back? That's where I draw the line.
I prefer not to have, I don't want to ship them back, especially so like we've done a lot of those Samsung frozen, and we basically quote them ahead of time and tell them what it's going to be for that panel, suspecting that it's going to need that panel if we can't get it from Sunberg. And we make sure they're willing to go for it. Because, 90% of the time that foam's so trashed, you got to replace the panel too. Come to Chicagoland. Almost all of them I've seen that foam is done.
One of them gets a panel for me.
Yeah. So something like that where I can't send it back, I'm not eating that. I'm not because it costs more to ship that back. Like the parts houses will not happily take that back. So
yeah,
you can. It's just more of a pain in the rear end, and you could end up having to pay the shipping back.
Yeah.
We get quarterly tags.
Conversation.
Well, yeah. Anyway, that's just the example. That's the example. In my area, that's what I need to do. In TK, same thing. So,
I
take the whole thing.
I take the whole thing up front too. if they insist on not paying the full ticket, we do half up front.
Yeah, we don't do deposits unless it's a special order. Everything else, we just float the job until it's done. I've considered it. We haven't, it's one of those things. I understand why people do it, but we've never had any problems with it. Where we had one customer where we went out, did the job, and they never paid us. And I'm actually, well, I won't say one. We have maybe one or two a year. But right now we're putting together a system, an SOP for delinquent payments. And it's going to include um, emails, phone calls, letter from the company, letter from the lawyer, and then sent to, actually take legal actions. But we're only going to do it once a year and file all the collections at one time so we don't have to, back and forth, back and forth. It costs to return the parts to the warehouse to restocking fee necessary. Yeah. That's a good point, Doug.
Yep.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's why, like, for me, for Sunberg, I walk in, most of the stuff is kept in their Joliet location. If it's not at Chicago, it's not a big deal,
Yeah.
So.
You do got to know that.
Yeah, you have to know that up front for sure.
Andrew asked about, I think this is a follow-up question for paying up front. I just tell them we need this. This is your total. When we check cash or card. And if they say, do I need to pay for it all now? Yeah, that's what we do. Are you sure? Like, yeah, that's what we do. It's you pay for your pizza before you get it. You pay for your Amazon orders before you get it. Now, if they end up too much on the fence or too skeptical, we invite them to check our reviews. We definitely come back. We've never not came back. But if it makes you feel better, we can take half down. It's just cleaner if we take it all at once.
That's a great way to say it, actually. You pay for your pizza up front, you pay for your Amazon up front. There's still a bit of a guarantee there, too, on either of those.
Yeah. And I think part of that, I don't do that, but I think if I was to do that, an option could be too, and this is up to the individual, business owner, but an option could be too is service call and either part and service call or part service call or whatever you want to collect. Like you don't have to take it all up front. Just get some meat in the game before you start ordering that part. We don't do that, but it's definitely not a bad idea. But it's all up to how you want to do things. If you're a one-man show and you don't plan on getting any bigger, sometimes it's okay to just do it. The fact that I'm trying to grow makes me think that as things get bigger, we need to at least, I would say from experience, if you plan on growing and you're adding technicians, you need to at least ask for the service call the day you go out. Bare minimum.
I never walk out of the house without the service. Like there's absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts. You're paying the service call one way or another. Like I'm not taking that ever.
I think that's
they stiff me.
Yeah, for some reason, man, we just don't have people stiff us very often. I don't know if it's just the awesome people of Richmond, but
now that they pay up front. So to follow up that, the reason I did that was for the same reason that you might, Andrew. When I first started out, I didn't have a whole lot of capital to start with. I had $50 of dryer parts, thermal fuses and whatnot, and a tool bag, and I started taking calls. So very lean, very bootstrapped. Kind of the same reason why Appliance Boot Camp recommends in their blueprint, go to warranty companies that buy the part. I didn't have that. I need you to buy everything, and then I come back, and then, I can't take that risk. They got to take that risk. They want their service. You pay for the part, I come back, and we put it on. Everybody's happy. Now, I give away more refunds than somebody that takes the money at the end of a completed ticket. I'm okay with that. It's not that many, but that's the other part of it.
Less effort to give a refund than it is to go and try and hunt people down who didn't pay. So that's how I look at it.
One of the things about my area is we have several guys that go around and collect up front and then rip people off and never come back.
Well, and that's where you stand. That's where EJ's. Look at my reviews. Look at this. Look at that. If you're a legitimate company like that, you can do that.
Look at us. We look professional. The other guys didn't.
Right.
You got text messages saying we're coming, when we're going to come, and we show up when we do. We look like we do. They get a picture of us when we text. It's all about that professional appearance. You can do that. Like I don't know if I talked about it on here or not, but we just did a Samsung fridge the other day, and we're going back to install parts today. She's had 2 other repair companies in our area show up to fix this problem, and neither one fixed it, and she paid them. Well, she paid me the full price to actually fix it, because we look the part, and I can look her in the eye and say, this is not a guess. This will fix it.
Yeah.
And we guarantee it for a year. So
yeah, you have to know your market. It's knowing your market. I know in Chicagoland there's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're taking that service call, because the second you don't in Chicagoland, they will stiff you in a heartbeat. And you're all the better.
Chicago are jerks.
Yeah, we are. We're just complete and utter assholes. So,
Well, once you get to know them, they're usually not that bad.
You're gonna get to know 2 of us tomorrow. I'm dropping the podcast with our partner Mike.
Andrew said, I'm interested in working with Service Power third-party dispatch. Any knowledge of pros or cons? If you can get them to call you back, then more power to you.
Yeah, any third parties, I just had a phone conversation with James Dolbear, AAA Appliance in Chicago the other day. Third party don't like you. They don't care about you. They want to run you into the ground every time. I don't care who it is. We were talking about 2 specific ones in our area that have just burned up service companies. One of them being Pivotal Home Solutions, Nicor. And there's others. So always approach those in a very cautious manner. Warranty work can be good. I mean, like Phil down there, Atomic, is killing it with GE and all the other warranty companies that he does. He's doing great because of the way he has it. But you have to have someone who's dedicated to dealing with the warranty company. That is the only reason he can get away with it. He has people that all they do is deal with that warranty. That's the only way that's a viable option. Only way.
Yep. And
if you don't have the office capacity to handle warranty, then just don't.
If you're a one-man show, my suggestion would be, when you're first getting started with a warranty company, test the waters, find one you like, and then document exactly how it works, dealing with the BS part that you don't want to do, and then delegate that to somebody else. Off the get-go.
I'm not against warranty, but you have to know your crap when you're dealing with a warranty. I mean, front and back, you have to know how the process is going to work. You have to know when you can push back. You have to know who you can talk to. And I'm here to tell you that those third-party warranty companies, the churn is real. They churn employees like crazy.
Yep.
Like crazy. So your point of contact will change. So you better know who their boss is, and you better know who their boss is, because there's going to come a point where you got to run it up the flagpole to get some resolution. So again, I'm not against it, but you better know everything inside and out, and then be able to delegate that away so you can focus on what you can do, you know.
We should get
Yeah.
Phil on to talk about third-party warranty one day.
I'm really trying to get him back on to re-record the stuff we did at ASTI. He's just a busy dude. So
Yeah, he's a smart guy, man. I really like Phil.
there's a lot of board
So,
repair. He came from that space. So
Service Power, I just signed up with Square Trade, which is a Home Depot deal, and they actually dispatch through Service Power. The Square Trade said they don't have rates; it's by the job. So it sounds more like COD. I've not done any jobs yet for them, but it sounds like, you know, you give them an hourly rate, which we don't do hourly rates, but I'm gonna make one that works for me, and they approve it or decline it or negotiate, and you accept it. I'm also with 210. They give me a set rate that is higher than some of the others, but less than my COD. And Old Republic seems to have a pretty high pre-authorization limit. And if you can fix it under the pre-authorization limit, you can do it. So my advice on that lines up with these guys, but I got a saying I like to use: learn the rules to the game and play accordingly.
yep.
So like TK said, step in, make sure they're going to pay you, make sure you know the rules. Whenever I get set up with one, I'll call them and make sure they walk me through the process on my first one. I'll make calls and ask if I'm doing it right, because I ain't going to sit around and wait for my money. You know, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's waiting for a $5,000 check. I've learned from too many of your guys' experiences with that.
So here's the Chicago or New York way of saying that. They don't give two craps about you, and the house always wins. So you better stack the deck in your favor. Fair enough?
And for most people, COD should be your end game.
That's not to say you can't be successful in it, but it does take a different mentality. It takes a different headspace than a lot of guys are in.
Yeah. And you have to look at hopefully you've written a business plan. And what's your business plan? Is your business plan to focus on third-party warranty? Or is my business plan from the beginning was to use third-party warranty as a stepping stone and a filler until I could fill my job list, my schedule with COD and property management. And that's what we've done. And we don't do third party. As soon as I was able to cut them out, I cut them out. And the beauty is, as if you get to
TK froze.
He's not pretending that.
It's been a while since he's done that.
Yeah. He might have got a phone call.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, that's go to if you're going to use warranties or even if you're using a lead gen, which we don't love, but make sure you can turn it on and off. Make sure you're not tied in with a contract that you got to pay for a year. I just made that mistake. I'm fighting mad about it, but make sure you know the rules to the game, because if you can use it to your advantage, it's great. Turn it on and off.
Right.
Use it as you need to. Here's another question. Turnaround of pay is a big sometimes. It's 30-day paycheck.
It doesn't go away.
Did you already read it or something? Because I haven't finished reading it.
Yeah, it doesn't. That issue.
No, I mean, the burden of having to keep up with it is always, but the burden of depending on that money does go away. If you get in with somebody that's giving you repeated work That could even be a property manager paying on that 30. Once the first check comes in, they should come in regular if you're staying busy.
If you're doing a property manager, that's fine. If you're doing a third party warranty, it is not a good place to be. Here's the thing. You're the bank for 30 days for them.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as that comes in, you have to turn around, you have to pay your supply house. You're always 30 to 60 days behind. Always. 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 Next year, I highly suggest that you get to ASTI, Andrew, and you go sit in James's class. I promise you it will be eye-opening. Yes, exactly, Michael. 30 business days. Not 30 calendar days. It's 30 business days. But your parts house is 30 calendar days.
And there's a trick to that too. If it's net 30 on day 5 and you turn it in on day 6, well, you're waiting until 2 months. They play that as hard as they can. But it still stands. Once the money comes in, it comes in. But I'm not getting enough warranty work that I'm waiting on big checks, and or that when they come in, they are big checks.
Yeah.
Like when I'm getting like $150 payments here and there.
I'm speaking from a guy who had 20,000, 30,000 backlogged. Yeah. So I speak from a very guarded and experienced position on that. Just freaking don't. If you can avoid it, you know, I would rather honestly, I would rather build my portfolio of property managers, even if they're 30 days. I would rather build a portfolio with them than I would of a third-party warranty company. All day. All day. If I could go back 10 years ago, that's what I would have done. I would not have screwed around with warranty at all.
Yeah. You hesitate for the right.
Yeah. Again, that's why James's class, like, it's more common than you realize, and it's put more businesses out of business than you realize. Like, it's wild. Like, it's wild, you know? So, anyway.
Like you said, it's working for Phil, so there are ways to make it work.
Again, that's not third party though. That's he's warranty. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's doing third party. I know he's like GE Direct.
He does Lowe's and Home Depot warranty, which is the same thing I'm talking about with Service Power.
Yeah. He also has dedicated staff to that. So.
Yep. That's the point.
Yep. Well, I'm getting out of here. I want to go home because I don't want to be here today. Not here. I just don't want to be at work today. So, yeah, he has a lot of manufacturer warranty. Most of his warranty work is manufacturer warranty. Alex, you are correct.
Alex knows. He's on there. We'll see you guys in Atlanta.
Stay tuned tomorrow. Podcast is dropping with our business partner, Mike.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Michael's the only one that knows why I don't even want to be anywhere near this today. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you.
I saw it yesterday. Remember, man. Sorry. Happy birthday, Zach.
It's all good.
You demand them for us, man.
So anyway, we're dropping a podcast tomorrow with our business partner, Mike Carson. We are talking SEO and web design, which is really cool. He's got a lot of experience. He's been doing it since 2004. And thank you, Alex. It was a really good conversation. We went to my other studio at the church, and because it's just a bigger space. So we went there and we're sitting face to face, actually having a conversation. He posted a picture yesterday. I pulled 2 screen grabs, and you can just see the joy in his face about talking about SEO and web design. The dude loves what he does, with that. So he has frustrating days just like we do, but he really does genuinely love SEO and web design. So the whole reason I bring that up today is that Friday is our Ask Me Anything. And the only one who asked questions today was Andrew. Thank you, Andrew, by the way. The rest of y'all, what are you doing? Come on.
What?
You got us for half an hour. What are you doing? But Mike is coming on next Friday as a follow-up to the podcast. Ask Me Anything. So after you watch the podcast tomorrow, start thinking about your questions. Thank you. I appreciate it. Start thinking about your questions for the Ask Me Anything that didn't get answered in the podcast, so that next Friday we have a list in front of us and we can start asking whether you all are, awake enough to ask the questions in the morning or not. We'll start going through your list of questions. So
Wake up that day.
I will drop that tomorrow. You can actually send me a Facebook message with any of your follow-up questions on the episode. I will pay attention for that. You can also send the message to Service Alliance Group. All of us can see that one. So either way, have a good Friday, y'all, and we will see you Monday. Peace.
Have a great